What is going on, everybody? It's Rob Wilson of Our Stellations, and welcome to another Draw Chat and Chill. Let's go ahead and get this jammed out. I'm going to keep this music low key, copyright free, of course. So don't hurt me, YouTube. But we're going to keep this jumping on this fine rainy Monday. It rained a little bit earlier today. 22. I heard the drops. I was like, man, I don't want to get up, but I got to work out. I got to do my active recovery day with Beachbody on demand, keeping me going, keeping me motivated, and keeping me rocking for you guys so I can bring to you the best content that I can from the closest parts in my heart. I just made that up on the fly. But yeah, it's Monday. It's actually my brother's birthday, so after this stream, whenever it ends, because I'm dedicating a lot of drawing time today, starting this week off, is what I call work time. If I can put in 8 hours a day for as many days as I can, results will come about a whole lot faster. I got less distractions in my life, and things are going ever forward. I can't complain. I'm extremely grateful. I hope you're grateful for the life that you have today too, because it's a blessing. Every day is a blessing that you get a chance to wake up above ground. So, yeah, we got this Batman thing going on. Shout out to anybody that's stopping by. Shout out to Comicsgate. Hail Comicsgate. What up, Alpha Proto? I see you. First one here. You, sir, are the man. You're number one in the comments and watching the stream live. Hopefully, I'm going to try to do these streams is a little bit longer and build up my streaming stamina, because that is essential for providing content, as I am learning from some of the latest, greatest, and best content creators that support Comicsgate. I understand not everybody supports them. Some people are like neutral, and that's fine. You know, I respect people to tell the truth. You know, call stuff out for what it is. Boom, you got my respect. You know, some people I may not even like, but if they're putting the truth out there, truth stands on its own. And when you deny truth, you are truly utilizing your ego in the wrong way. So yeah, you know, we got this Batman thing going on, and I'm gonna use a couple of sources to go over some of these videos and provide commentary, kind of like what we did last time. And also, I'm gonna add something to this stream as well. I'm gonna cover some Comicsgate news too, because I like the website. And I'm not sure if people, you know, they do this on a regular basis, straight from the website at least. I think that's important to catch some of the latest and greatest stuff that they have coming out of their camp, and I love it. You know, what more can I say? There was a closeout for Groken 2 that came out. I put it on my backing list a while ago, but man, time flies. 30 days flies for a campaign for what I'm seeing now, and I think that's good, especially when you keep promoting it, you keep sharing it, you keep letting people know how this thing goes. Wait a minute. So there's a comicsgate.org and there's a comicsgate.com. Oh wow, this says straight to password. Alright, well I ain't got that. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing great. General Piggy, the general's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. All hail, all salute. Attention. Sorry, couldn't help it. At ease. Yeah, we're discussing this Batman thing, so I'm trying to get some stuff together in the process. And yeah, I hope everyone's having a great Monday. You know, we're halfway through the month, the 15th, 30 days, 31st day, you know, adds a little grace period time. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and start with some of that Comicsgate news because I'm going to be covering it. Um, yeah, I'm definitely going to be covering some of that stuff, mainly the Batman stuff. Oh man, Batman. You know, they just couldn't leave that guy alone. But all right, let's go ahead and get into some of this sauce and fire. So what we got over here at comicsgate.org. Let's see. I want to make sure I catch this right at the beginning. All right, let's do this. Sunday Night Fever, EVS did a live stream. It was a long live stream. I caught most of it, but I think later on we're gonna get back on to where I left off with that stream. It was pretty good. I did some cleaning up, as you can see, trying to organize some things. Had to put away all three compendiums of Invincible. Can't wait to read it. You know, I had no intent on getting it until from some of the things I heard about the third one, which I thought was just funny. Let's see what else. Let's see. That Umbrella guy got some news on Amber Heard, man. He has been on the offensive. Live screams, lying gaslight at Comic-Con. Hold on, what did I say? Interview with the Glampire, the AMC shit show. Publicity stunt. Oh yeah, She-Hulk on Tinder. Man, come on. What the heck is wrong with these people? What if Hulk and Venom had an angry baby? Wow. Michael Bancroft. That's his thing. Oh, that came out today. We're going to get into that also. I'm kind of intrigued. I like the design of that character. 60-second subject. Prince of Peg. Oh, gosh. I have no idea what that means. I have no idea or am prepared for it either. So look like we got some sketches and some pages done by Mr. Bancroft as well. Morning Nonsense. Whoa, slow down. I watched all of Sandman. Oh man. Yeah, I want to hear about Sandman. You know, some of the shows now. Hold up, let me go ahead and look at the chat. I started getting carried away. Bruce Wayne's parents murdered in front of him, and his main concern is spooning with Robin's efforts. Yeah, what's up, Masterdan? I think that's how you pronounce it. What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Might be. It said, hey, Jerome Piggy. All right, yeah, we got some greetings going on in here. I'm just a streamer, bro. All right, so yeah, we got some stuff to cover. It's a lot. The Comicsgate.org website is constantly going. College of the Dead, graduation day. Ace Volume 2, Taddy Boogleman's Tales of Mystery and Imagination. Absolute Book 2, Blood Count number 1, Hybrids of the Killing Field. Good gosh. Parts 1 through 3. Shadow Century Book 2, Belly of the Beast, The Adventures of Tailless in Outer Space. Witch Hunter. Nice. Witch Hunter. Interesting. I wonder who she's hunting. Metaphorically, you know. Is she hunting Taserface? Because, you know, he was the best part of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, you know, because his name strikes fear into the hearts. And it's metaphorical! Sorry, or Dan, or PMD works too. Alright, yeah, I'll use Dan, you know. I have a lot of respect for the name Dan in my book, coming from a Street Fighter background. You know, even though Dan was a joke character, he demanded respect. That he did, because if you took him for a joke, he would light you up like it was Christmas. So, yeah, yeah, it's a lot of good stuff we got going on the .org page of Comicsgate. So let's go ahead and get into some of this stuff. I guess we'll start with Yellow Flash. Already got him up and running, and I'll give you guys a quick update because I am rocking my concept art. We're gonna pick up where we left off in case you didn't see it. We got these characters right here. Gun-toting girl, leather girl. That's what I'm gonna mention her for now. And we got an officer here of unique ranking. Let's call him my Cyclops, so to speak, of Virgin Kill Paradox. She's nice. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start hopping on to that Yellow Flash. Yeah, I gotta start off with them thick. So if you look at her costume, though, I guess she is thicker than normal. Yeah, I was looking at it from the front because some of her back costume is kind of like a penguin type, suit. So that may make the thighs look a little thick, but this right here is actually part of her costume. It's not her actual legs, but on the side, her legs are kind of thick. I might change it, might not. We'll see how it goes. But I figure if I get all the thickness out of the way, waistcoat. You know how those long tuxedos look with the tails kind of penguin-ish, with the tail kind of dangling. For the male suits, close to the knees, so to speak, and the gentleman suits. So I figured I'd add that little feature to her futuristic leather type outfit. So that's how I'm trying to rock it. And it's tough to kind of juggle new costume ideas while having something that looks pleasing to the eye. He said, "Don't listen to me. I'm talking reality. Comics are about imagination." Well, man, I used to over exaggerate the thickness way too much back in the day, so I kind of toned it back now, which I think is helpful. Without somebody saying, this looks like a 15-year-old's wet dream instead of an actual comic. No one's gonna take you serious. Someone actually said that one time too. I thought that was pretty funny. I need to move this. Move. All right. Hopefully I didn't jack anything up. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I try to keep tabs on my streams and make sure they're still operating in the background. All right, here we go. Some Yellow Flash for you. Let's get it started in here.
We're going to check back in with DC Comics. Now, I did a video a few days ago talking about how most of their comics are not in the top 100. There's a top 200 list actually from ICV2. And on that list, 50% of all comic books that DC makes are out of the top 100. The top 50, just about all of their comics that are on here are Batman related. Got a few of them.
I
Batman's
definitely didn't
one.
at
That's
15.
Number one.
No, indeed, Alpha Proto.
Book. Then you have Dark Crisis.
I think I worked
7.
my first
That's
job
an event
at McDonald's.
So that one, that's an exception.
At 15.
A Flashpoint Beyond stars Thomas Wayne Batman. And you've got number 17, Poison Ivy. That's a Batman character. 19, Joker. That's a Batman character. 21, that's Batman 89. 22, DC versus Vampires. Sees Nightwing as a vampire. He's the main villain of the book. Detective Comics. That's
Nightwing is a
23.
vampire. Oh Lord.
26, Batman Superman, World's Finest. 31, Batman Killing Time. 41, Dark Crisis. That one's an exception. 44, DC versus Vampires. 45, Nightwing. And then 49, Black Adam. Black Adam's the only non-Batman character to have a book in the top 50. So it's bad. This is alarming. DC Comics not doing very good. Half of your books are out of the top 100. That's embarrassing. That's actually, excuse me, under 30,000 units. That's pathetic. Really shows you just how bad DC comic books are doing. No one's really interested in these characters. A book that only sells around 20,000 issues.
Bring back Booster Gold.
That's showing there's not a lot of interest for that character.
You know, I remember back in the day when Booster Gold stood for something. You know, he saved Ronald Reagan, and he helped out the Justice League. He put his powers to work. You know what I'm saying? Unfreaking believable. Let's see. Sounds fancy. So the demographic you aim for is people with credit cards and debit cards. Mom, can you order me a comic online? Oh man. Now these days, I mean, like the parents probably give the kids the credit card number, or the kids find it somewhere, you know, because you know, if they're not spending money on you know, online comic books, they're spending money on Twitch and you know, paying bits to chicks that do pool and, you know, the little skinny dipping pool stuff, which I think is hilarious. What's going on, Sarone Almighty? What's happening, man? I gotta catch that stream that you did. That what was it? It was called something of the '80s. Yeah, I gotta catch that stream. I'm gonna probably have it on here today because, like I said, I'm working. I'm putting in time today for as long as I can. You know, I may take like a little lunch break or something like that, but I'm putting in a lot of hours today, and that's going to hold me accountable with doing art as well. So if y'all willing to hang in there, I'm willing to hang in there because, you know, I got to put out books. I got to put together storylines. The artwork's got to get done. And there's really nothing holding me back. So that's why I'm here with you lovely folks in this stream. Thank you so much for being here. Please share, like, and subscribe to my channel as I'm constantly trying to make it grow. And we are streaming live on YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch.
Now, one thing that they can do to bump up comics is pull a rabbit out of the hat. And in this,
oh yeah, you're right, and that's why I'm gonna try to take a couple breaks. In fact, I got a foam roller. Since tomorrow I hit the big 40. Yeah, I'm gonna probably break out the foam roller and stretch out for like 10 minutes in between time during the stream because I don't want to get up and then just start passing out. Yeah, I feel you, Alpha Proto. Hey, I'm just glad you have managed to stop by. You know, definitely appreciate
case,
it.
that means change
Thank you.
someone's sexuality, which they've done multiple times over the past year. You remember the big one back in November of last year? They made John Kent, who is now.
Oh snap! 40's coming in. We breaking into 40s this year. Sarone Almighty. Yeah, yeah, man. My brother's birthday is today, so I'm sure he don't really watch my stuff, but I want to wish you, Greg, happy birthday, brother. I know you older than me. I ain't lost count. Maybe you somewhere up in like 45 or so, possibly. I don't know, but I'll send you a message later on today. Yeah, man. Brother's birthday is today, and I'll be 40 tomorrow, and you'll be 42. See that 40 club. Be up in the club. Sorry, nah. That was L Cool J. I was thinking about 50. Not as good as when that song first came out. Thanks. Greatly appreciated. Hey, I thank you very much. Hey, the 20s, I love the 20s, and I hope to stay looking young. I was in the company doing this class yesterday with this one lady. She was headed towards her 60s, and she has so much energy. I hope to have as much energy that she does, for sure. Happy birthday to you, sir, because tomorrow I won't be streaming. I got to work. If I do stream, it's going to be really early, and it won't be for that long. So don't hold it to me um, for tomorrow, but Wednesday, we'll see what's going on. Yeah, man, we got some birthdays. Leos, lead the way, hook. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday, Sarone Almighty. All downhill from here. Hey, if it's going downhill, might as well, age gracefully, like a Tom Cruise, exactly. Respect the cock. Freaking what's his name? EBS had that on the stream yesterday, and it was a movie called Magnolia, and it was about frogs. But like that Tom Cruise scene, I was like, this dude is too much. Uh, Want to be like Tom Cruise, be in my 50s and look like it. Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. Trying to eat a little right, have my cheat days, some good steak, medium rare steak, well thoroughly seasoned, and some seafood and all that on the cheat days. But yeah, the fitness and all that, let's do the best that we can with what we got, and shop in young adult clothing stores. What the hell? So that way you'll be camouflaged by age, huh? Is that how it goes, Dan? Use your age as camouflage. Oh man. Uh Felt's bug. Oh, I didn't know if I just saw you here, but welcome to the stream. Happy birthday. I'm also August 16th, going on 50. Boom. That's what I'm talking about, man. Leo's leading the way. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let that lion out every now and then. Happy birthday to you tomorrow, brother. And let's see. I have so many graphic tees. I don't need to shop in a young adult store. I need more button shirts so people take me seriously. Hey, if you perceive that people take you seriously, people shall take you seriously. Or you can go at them with an axe. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just kidding. When in doubt, go at people with an axe. Kidding. Kidding. Only kidding. That's my Evil Dead sense of humor. Evil Dead slash In the Mouth of Madness, if you ever seen that movie. Crazy movie. Cruz is a teeny wee man. Yeah, he's a short guy. I'm still kind of sad he wasn't in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. That would have been at least my one seller point for a terrible movie, but I don't blame him for not being in it. Even if he was approached, perception becomes reality. That is correct, Dan. Lots of September birthdays. People get cold and bundled up in January, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, just like Jodeci. When it's cold outside, girl, wait until tonight. Sorry, I can't sing. Terrible attempt. But that's why I'm here with you guys and not touring live worldwide.
Now the full-time Superman,
What the
because his
hell?
dad's off doing something on Warworld.
So this
they've
was on
decided to
Anderson
turn him
Cooper? Of course. Of course.
into an LBGT character. And it worked for a minute. For one issue, the book was selling like hotcakes. Yeah,
I guarantee
the
if they would have
sold like
they
crazy.
would have asked
And
Christopher
then
Reeves to
after
do
that,
something
the
like
book
this
fell off of the top
back in the day.
100. I think it's in
he
the
would have
top
walked
somewhere
away.
in the 50 through 100. It's out of the top.
Yeah, Tom Cruise was the inspiration for Tony Stark in the Iron Man Extremis. Wow, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Yeah, I noticed in some of those books, there's some characters that look like Hollywood actors. I know House of M, Magneto was looking very Clint Eastwoodish. I was like, wait a minute, is that Clint Eastwood or Magneto? I can't tell the difference. Walked away. Yeah.
Top 50 though. It's dropped off. Once you do the little change on the character, people lose interest, and that group that they thought they could pull in to read the book didn't stick around. So what happens is they do this, they get a ton of press. CNN is covering this. Every mainstream news site was covering this, talking about how amazing it was. And then once that press died off, the book died. They did it again a little bit before or after that happened. Robin came out. Not Robin, excuse me, Tim Drake. The mantle doesn't have a sexuality. The character Robin has been played by multiple people. The Robin isn't by Tim Drake is. They did it with him a little bit after. So once they did it with him, they did it. It's funny, they did it with this one female character that nobody really knows about, like no one cares about. I can't even remember which character it was, and the news didn't really cover it, and it didn't really help sell the book. And the writer complained and called it racist.
So, of course, easy go to.
DC's been doing this quite a bit, and the reason they do this is for press. It's so that they can sell their books. It's a really desperate move. What should sell the books is good writing. But no, they want to change.
So if DC was really trying to do this for press, if they were trying to actually succeed doing this for press, they should have made a deal with CNN and had like their own little comics corner or whatever. And then they could just talk about it all day. You get some anchors in there. You get, kind of like their own little G4 space. Maybe that would have gotten more traction, but like, don't nobody really look at CNN for, real news anymore. That's why Darth Vader no longer says the most trusted name in news. This is CNN. Nope, he don't say it no more. You don't hear it. So that's just a reality of that. But if they were trying to succeed, they should have worked on trying to get a section in CNN to boost some kind of ratings. Then you would have had maybe some comic book readers that like this kind of stuff to watch CNN. That would have been a win-win compromise. In the Dark Reign comics, Marvel had Norman Osborn look for real. Oh man, I gotta look this up. I really gotta look this up. Dark Reign. Sorry, we'll get back to the video in a minute. I gotta see this. Oh my gosh, bro! Stop playing. No. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Oh my gosh, bruh. I had no idea. This snuck under my radar so much. I can see it now, like Norman Osborn. We're gonna make a design that's gonna find this Spider-Man. We're gonna check every in-house, outhouse, farmhouse, bond house. Today, your suspect is Dr. Peter Parker. Oh my God. And they captured that Tommy Lee Jones smile perfectly. I had no idea. Wow. I have just been schooled by the chat. Oh my gosh. Wow. I can't believe this, man. Well, hey, truth is stranger than fiction. Look at this. Come on. You telling me, man, they could have made a movie off of that. Tommy Lee Jones as Norman Osborn. Oh my gosh. That would have been so crazy. Man, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that because I cannot express how cool that was. I really can't.
Up the
Wow.
character's
That made my
sexuality, get
day.
some cheap headlines, and the book
Thank
will
you,
sell
Alpha
for a
Proto.
month.
That made my
You'll see it
freaking
on
day.
here, and then it'll go away. Now,
Because I'm a big Tommy Lee Jones fan. Even in some of his bad work, it's just the way he carries himself. It's like the same character every time. And I love that. It's almost like a storyline across multiple movies when people do that. Keanu Reeves does it. Uh, Jason Statham kind of does it. Tommy Lee Jones definitely, you know. So I'm a big fan of that as a viewer of the cinema. I love that. And Tommy Lee Jones is definitely one up there, one of my top 10 favorite actors, just because of the way he carries himself. 20 years too late to cast him now, though. Yeah, I know, right? That's
one
crazy.
thing that's interesting about this top 50, like I said, every book that's selling except a couple on their top 50 is Batman related. Batman, number one selling comic
Oh, yeah.
in the West at the moment. Changes once in a while. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, it looks like DC is getting ready to make a big announcement that Bruce Wayne
Excuse
is
me.
bisexual.
Of course.
Now,
Of
this is a page
course.
from a comic called Batman Fortress, I believe. Same writer, Chip Zdarsky, writing this book and Batman, the main DC universe. Right? Not an Elseworld story, not a different universe, which would be the same as Elseworlds.
Oh, they want it as
This is
canon.
main
That's what they want.
universe. Bruce Wayne as younger man before he was Batman, I believe. I haven't read the comic. There was this guy named Anton that he was blushing and flirting with in a recent issue of this book, and now they have pretty much came out and confirmed that he did have feelings for him.
Hey,
How did you know about that? I gather knowledge. It's what I do. I know all about that little ghost that broke your heart. He's, of course, referring to Anton. Now, Batman joins Superman and Tim Drake Robin, and most of the DCEU characters, to be honest, most of them, like 60-70% of them are, I think, LBGT now. Not doing this to help people or make people feel comfortable. They're doing this for headlines
if you like
and
Fruity
clicks.
Pebbles, I
Now, what will
mean,
be interesting
to each their own.
is if they make this
But
a
Batman,
big
huh?
deal, and I think that they will because they like to do it, and comics really haven't been in the news for a while. They'll probably like make a big Pride Batman book next year because I think they'll wait.
And I really want to touch on this before this carries on a little too far. But you know, when you look at the latest Batman movie that came out, um, Catwoman was talking about taking down, what was it, the matriarchy or whatever, or the patriarchy. Well, that stuff is just it doesn't occupy my headspace. But Harley Quinn said something similar in was it Birds of Prey, or at least in the trailer because I didn't watch the movie. And for Catwoman to say that, I think she was saying taking down white supremacy or something. And here's Batman, one of the rich, white guys or whatever, and he's like doesn't say anything, just more like I'll help, just because I want to be with you. And when I looked at that, I said, all right, because I saw that movie and I was like, they're gonna do one or two things with Batman. They are either gonna make him the worst enemy of the left, so rich, empowered, rich white guy, and all that kind of stuff, or they're gonna make him one of them by compromising the morals that he had. Even as a Dark Knight and a Dark Detective, world's greatest detective, Vengeance, all the names he's gone by. So it's all about breaking the character or making that character seem like the enemy. Like I'm really surprised they don't really do much with Juggernaut because Juggernaut, I guess he was kind of racist back in the day. I thought the shit was funny. Oh yeah, she said white privilege. Yeah, there you go. And thank you, Alpha Proto. I saw the movie when it first came out, and I was like over in the Middle East in one of the theaters in Dubai, and you know, Dark Knight, the trilogy, that's that's my favorite. That and Michael Keaton. But with the way they're doing things, hey, I'll take Juggernaut being just make him a villain. Don't try to make him all is misunderstood. Kind of like that crap they did with Galactus with Squirrel Girl. How she allegedly beat him by sitting him down and talking about him being forced to eat planets. It's silly. Still a good movie, but that took me out of the film for a minute. Yeah, they're trying to sneak some stuff in. And here's my thing: if David Zaslav wants to continue with what's his name, um, uh, um, dang, Robert Pattinson as Batman, they can, and just keep all the nonsense out of there and keep it rolling. So that's how I look at it.
Wait to officially announce it. Right now, this is testing the waters, but it also confirms that he is bisexual. I think this is great. Keep running the comics, keep running the comics into a wall, keep turning off customers, keep doing that. There's no saving comic books. They've been doing a lot of this stupid shit forever. And it's just, it's done. I don't care what a character does, but it's like Bruce Wayne, this has never been this character. It's never been the same with Tim Drake Robin. Both these characters have been around forever. They've had established relationships forever, for decades. You want to do this with a new character? Nobody cares. But they keep going back to do this to piss people off. And then if you don't like it, they call you homophobic,
Yep.
sexist, or racist or something. And it's like, all you do is turn off and alienate what little customers you have left. And you want to know why Ripaverse and Comicsgate are pulling in millions of dollars? It's because they keep doing this. And if you don't like it, they tell you to go away and stop buying their comic books. And people have done that in droves.
That's how Deadpool became an
So,
anti-hero. Any character that is
interesting move.
popular,
We'll
they
see
turn
what they
into an
do.
anti-hero,
We'll
at least
see what
for a
they do
little
with
while.
this. I'm expecting
Good point.
a
Yep.
press release of some kind, probably within the next year, and them going full, like leaning fully into this. So I want to see him and Superman steaming up the Batmobile windows. Let's get it all in there. Go all in on it. We'll just keep doing this shit. I think it's funny, and I think it's great. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try to make some content off
I
of
just
it.
don't read the comics anymore.
I'm not reading that stuff. Um, I'm more excited about the stuff I get from indie creators. It's really opened up my perception because I didn't have that kind of stuff back when I was growing up. Let alone be able to buy like full on collector's edition from like the works of John Malin, Ethan Van Sciver, Eric July, you know, Rob the Replicator, which still mad I missed that one. When he does do another campaign for Replicator, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I get the largest possible bundle that I can afford. I'll put it that way, and hopefully it'll include all the back issues too.
Moved on. This is why I'm reading Ripaverse, Comicsgate books, manga. Like most people, the manga charts are where the real money is. Every time you see these reports saying that comics are doing well, they hide manga in there. Like manga's propping this up. They artificially inflate their own numbers with manga to try to make it look like they're not dead and dying and embarrassing the numbers. Like comics used to be really like they used to be valuable. Like people used to buy them, and it's not even that long ago. We're talking like mid 2000s, early 2000s. They've recently just shot their foots off over the past couple of years with just the absolutely the absolute politically charged garbage they've been putting out for the past couple of years, and it's destroyed their shit. And they've only themselves to blame, because if you ever complained about it, they tell you to F off, don't buy my books. You've got the COO of Image Comics. This is him right here, Eric Larson.
Oh yeah.
Used to be a big Spider-Man artist, really known for Savage Dragon. This is what they do. He's talking about he wants to see Trump taken out on the White House lawn. These are the covers that he's making for his books right here. He's got one with Obama
Oh
too.
my
Here's this one
gosh.
right here.
I want to talk about that in a minute. Let's see. Alpha Proto. I do remember Image Comics showing up in the 1990s. That was big. Yeah, I still watch at least every year. I still watch the was it sci-fi documentary about the birth of Image, and most of it had Todd McFarlane commentary in it, and that's part of what inspired me to stay independent with things. So let's see. Sarone Almighty. I still haven't read Replicator yet, but I do have them all. I have tons of indie comics to go through from all the campaigns I've backed over the years, taking my time with them. I know, right? And that shows quality over quantity. Rushing out, a book, 1,000 books a week, or maybe 5 different Spider-Man books a week, 5 to 10 different Batman books a week. And, obviously not every week, but it varies. That stuff, like, the value of it isn't that good. Sure, you're fast, but, is it worth the quality? I am happy Image is still around. Alpha Proto said it's a publisher and not a universe, but it's good to have places to get comics. Yeah, I mean, as far as Image, I mean, two main things that has still kind of kept me in there is Spawn and Invincible piqued my interest. The Walking Dead, I'm not really interested in reading those stories. I know it's a lot of them. I watched the show. I figured that was enough for me, and I heard it was pretty wild now. But I understand. I respect the following. People like it. I do wonder how Rippaverse will roll out a character title a year. Well, I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough call. As they're still growing with the Rippaverse, seeing the first success, that might allow them to hire more artists and maybe work on more titles, in that process. But I guess they they probably don't want to rush too much too fast. And mind you, that title, Isom, that's a 96 page comic. That's literally the equivalent of, like, what, three to four issues. Yeah, about 3 issues of 22-page comic, which is the norm, and amongst the worst two. Marvel and DC, they average that. Then you get all the advertisements. So that's technically 3 and 1, but he made that issue number 1, and we'll see where he goes with it. But that's definitely quite a bit. Will he have any advertisements in there? Who knows? Manga releases volumes. Yeah, I know. I mean, I would collect mangas from time to time, but I like watching the animes. But as I'm trying to bring things back to the American side of things, I try to make sure I support a little more American stuff, and try to draw more in the Western style comics. Kinda. I still have a little bit of anime touches, which I think some of it complements the Western style. I just wonder how long it would take Ripper to establish his universe. Hey, who knows what we're going to see? If you remember the trailer on Isom number 1, with all the stuff that he covered, for the main story of Isom, and who he'll run into. Also, Ripa had like a post credit thing of another creature or entity that is scouting the universe for, I guess, servants or subordinates. So that's already a hint right there. Those little details should never go unnoticed. And I think presenting updates a lot helps a lot. And again, you know, he has professionals working with him, so I think that he will definitely get stuff done a lot faster than some have done. Um, I don't think there's really a baseline for independent comic creators, what the average turnaround time is. I don't know. I'm still fairly new. Bear with me, but I'm not sure. The baseline varies depending on how much time, other projects people may be working on, who's waiting on what, who gets paid a little bit more to front load some works for others. But yeah, dang man, Savage Dragon, he's turned into a daggone propaganda book. That's crazy. I used to love Savage Dragon too. Dokuman. That sounds familiar. What is Dokuman? Let's see. Oh, okay, yeah, that's the character, the villain's name. Yeah, yep, yep. So, I mean, just from what's it called, the Alpha Core, I believe. Bear with me, I'm terrible with names. The Alpha Core may have their branch of storylines to deal with. Yara will have her branch of storylines to deal with. I mean, technically, that is what they can do. And kind of like see how the people respond to a lot of that. That's a story within itself. It's definitely an impressive build up. Can't wait to get it. I heard Savage Dragon was just softcore porn.
I mean, and
That's
listen,
a
I'm sure there's
shame.
people on this channel that don't like
Him and
Trump.
his
You're
Japanese
welcome here.
schoolgirl
Everyone's
lover.
welcome
What the
here.
heck?
But
That's weird.
there's a lot of people that do like him. And it just doesn't make any sense to tell your customers
That is
that
weird.
you don't want them. Like, don't buy my books if you feel this way. But look at the shit he says. If this has been anybody else, imagine if he was saying this about the current president. There'd be an uproar. But this is fine, I guess. You can say this kind of shit. You don't get kicked off Twitter, and comics media will praise you. So to be clear, bounding in the comics isn't praising. That's they're calling him out for. But this is the world we live in the comic books, in the comic book industry. And this is why they're failing. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think.
That's
Also, if you would, please
crazy.
like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one.
Eric
Peace.
Larson
Make
just
sure to check
making
out.
Eric Larson just making like all out threats like that. That's off the chain. I don't understand that. Why oh why? Uh-oh. I gotta cut this. I gotta get into this Ripple one.
Tokenization is a effort that is done purposely by Hollywood. I've told y'all many times before, Hollywood does not hire anybody or do open casting for roles. That's not how it works. Even in an open casting, there's going to always be parameters that are going to be set for the people that they want in the like in that role, right? So if they'll say, hey, they're looking for someone around this height or roughly this height. Let me get that going back. Let's say roughly this height, race or whatever. And not to say that every single role that they feel like does the race thing, as far as saying that be what they are looking for. However, they have no problem doing that, especially with the boxes that they're looking to check. They can't, I don't know if you guys have seen
Look at that
some of
Yara
these even
poster in
awards
the
that a
back,
lot of these
man.
guys
Come
are
on.
eligible for.
That's awesome.
You can't be eligible for those awards unless you have X amount of people that look a certain way or a certain gender or a certain sexuality that are working for your deal. So even more so than before, Hollywood is in the business of checking boxes. That's just how it is that they operate. And anything else or saying anything else aside from that is a straight up gaslight. It's a gaslight, and there's no sense in like pretending otherwise. Let me pull this up real quick because I have a tweet that I'm going to show you guys that really shows exactly what it is that I'm speaking about. But I just want you to keep that in mind.
Saying Larson's work ethic is admirable. He still writes and draws his comics himself. That is worth something, even if it is a bit odd now. Fair enough. I mean, hey, I hope to have that same work ethic, because I want to have full control over my own content like that. And I would love to have feedback from others. That's especially from fans and customers. Definitely want to get feedback and adjust to that, but I don't want to be like just making like outlandish statements. Like, come on, man, that's pretty wild. But there are people that still get his stuff. I don't get the I don't. Yeah, he needs someone to express his frustrations to. I think that's important. Yeah, I didn't know he had a schoolgirl girlfriend that looks like a little too young, but I don't know. She could be Soo Young, from Rush Hour, but who knows? I remember, back when he was dealing with Rapture. I think that was her name, the black chick with lightning, electricity powers, back with the Super Freaks. But I know that was early Image days, so I'm sure things have changed much since then.
For those of you that say, hey, I like this actor, I like this actress, that's irrelevant. This whole best person for the job has nothing to do with that, and they don't get hired based upon that, especially when you see folks that are already created, characters that we've already seen. They're in comic books, they're in other visual media and mediums, whatever, they're very descriptive mediums or whatever. We've seen that. So if there is some like big change, you best believe Hollywood does it purposefully. They do not do it without that purpose. Okay. With that being said, the folks that weirdos have been like weirdos in Hollywood that have catered to weirdos on like Twitter and TikTok, these folks only like this stuff out of spite. I told y'all they do this stuff out of spite. These folks aren't generally supportive of a lot of this work. You've seen a lot of some material is like hit and miss with them because it's a very flaky audience, right? They'll come out in droves to support something, and then other things are dead on arrival, and they don't come out and get support. Though they have all these stand counts that are based upon this. Birds of Prey is an example of this. Got tokenized Black Canary in that. And they, by the way, that was a purposeful casting. I don't know if you guys remember, we covered the casting call for that, and they specifically were looking for a biracial person to play that role. Nonetheless, you have that as an example where people don't come out in support of it in droves like you expect them to because they're not really paying customers. They like this stuff because of who it makes angry, period. This has almost 70,000 likes. I don't know how many of those actually real people, considering that this person doesn't even have that many followers. Last time I checked, yeah, it only have 290 followers. Man, come on, bro. There's a lot of, I want to see the bot data for this company, but I can for sure believe that there's a lot of stupid people that create stand accounts and all that stuff as well. I don't care how much you like this actor. It's a waste of a role if you're going to have him play Professor X.
Great
However,
actor.
He's taking this picture and he says, white folks would riot. Please let this happen.
Oh,
so it
man.
essentially makes white people mad. Therefore,
Why set that up?
This should be a thing. They do this stuff because they know it gets under folks' skin. This is why I'm telling y'all to just leave it, just leave it alone. Like crack smokers control it, and it's crack smokers that they are appealing to. Spiteful folks that only like this stuff because of who they know don't like it. That's it.
Remember, if y'all want, go back to my channel. I did a stream which probably sound kind of cryptic, but it was titled "Crack is the New College Degree," because for some reason that people that have these, high class positions, they make some of the worst decisions in this day and age. It's crazy. Um, when it comes to movies, comics, entertainment. That's what's happening now in this day and age. Let's see. Larson just needs a therapist, perhaps a padded cell or straight jacket if that doesn't work. Yeah, if he had hair, he'd be able to he could play an older Joker and he could live out his fantasies that way, right in a padded cell. Oh, the current Savage, yeah, is Dragon's son. Oh, he's half black. Oh, okay, that's what happened. So the OG Dragon did hook up with the black lady. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they had like a soft porn scene in the past. That's right. I remember that. Yep. Okay. Now I know. Hey, like I caught Savage Dragon back when it first started, and other stuff caught my attention. I veered away from like Western comics and got captivated by anime at that point. Um, the late '90s into early 2000s. Seeing Street Fighter Two animated movie. You had Back at the Grappler, you had Gantz and Outlaw Star, you had Toonami, then Cowboy Bebop. All that stuff was just rocking in my mind. And I filled up a lot of sketchbooks from inspiration from that stuff, the anime stuff, which I want to translate it into Western style comics, respecting, America.
That's it. That's it. And that's cool. If that's what they're gonna have, they're gonna have it. So
Oh, and no offense to anyone that has a college degree. I'm just saying, folks that have a college degree making terrible decisions as the equivalent that a crackhead would make terrible decisions um, in entertainment and all forms of society. You know, it's a shame. But for those who have college degrees, who manage to accomplish their goals and are making good decisions, that's important. Shout out to you. You help keeping the world go round. That is for sure.
folks, of course, gonna run with this libel. Civil Rights Act. It was based on or Civil Rights era, and that's what the X-Men were based on. Malcolm X is supposed to be Professor. No, Malcolm X is supposed to be Magneto, and Professor X is supposed to be Martin Luther King Jr. That is one of the biggest lies in comics. I've debunked that top to bottom using Stan Lee's own fucking words. You can go watch my old videos. I have a video titled like X-Men and the Social Justice Myth. It is a complete lie that Stan Lee created them to be depictions of, let's say, Professor X and Malcolm X. That is not true. He's explicitly stated that he never did that. He's never created X-Men to fight social justice or anything or racial injustice. He never did that. That was a lie that started to gain ground when the X-Men X-Men movie started to come out. This is why there's no coverage or anything of Stan Lee making that for 40 fucking years, making that connection between those characters. That never was a thing until, again, those movies basically came out. And even so, Magneto, for 20 years, basically, Magneto was just an evil villain. That's it. He was a supremacist in that sense. If you want to say that was what Malcolm X was, then you saying some fucked up things about Malcolm X if you consider what Magneto was. That whole retcon of him even having the connection to Nazi Germany was exactly that. It was a retcon. That happened during Claremont's era. That was not Stan Lee's depiction of the X-Men.
I didn't know.
That was Claremont's era. That was in the 80s. That means that there was no connection there for what, almost 20 years? That was a retcon. A lot of people don't know that was a retcon. That did not happen before. nonetheless, it's a waste of a decent actor that y'all may like to put him in a role and get in the sloppy seconds of some white character.
He was good in
Let 'em
The
have it.
Boys.
They're gonna do that probably anyway, so just let them do it and laugh at him, make fun of him, and then we just showed them how exactly to do that because apparently creating original characters is just so fucking difficult.
Oh, that's a canvas.
Guys suck, man.
Those are canvas
But
pieces too.
on a serious note, they like this stuff out of spite. They don't actually like this stuff. But that's who Hollywood is appealing to. So let them appeal to and let them run themselves in the ground.
It's true.
Yo, I appreciate you as always.
Let the
And
good
if you're into
times roll.
comics or want to get into them, go visit Rippaverse.com where you can check out my own comic book company, Rippaverse Publishing. Our first book, ISOM #1, is currently up for pre-order right now. You can also check out the company trailer and the ISOM campaign trailer so that you can make an informed purchase. We've cleared over $3.3 million in sales, and many of our supporters are viewers just like yourselves. And because of that, I have to thank you all personally. I do appreciate you. I can't wait for you to learn more about ISOM himself and already fan favorite Yaira.
Oh, this chick was a trip.
So no matter what side of the globe you're on, we'd love to have you as a customer. Much love and big thanks.
I'm gonna come back to that. There's one more. Oh yeah. Let me take a quick bathroom break, guys. I'll be right back. I shall return. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We have raved over the first hour of Draw, Chat, and Chill, and we're going to continue with some more updates on the concerning compromise of Batman. Yes, it is a sad day in DC Comics history, publishing, as this is what they're trying to go for. Some people may like it, but when you know what you remember, when you grew up with Batman and have like kind of like his first set of comics, you knew the lore of the character, what it was originally based upon, before what we have now. It destroys the childhood, you know? It's just like, man, what did I grow up coming to know and love that has not been compromised? That's what kind of day and age we live in. So let's go ahead and continue to the madness.
Look, a lot of us have been learning for years. You watch the way the culture goes and the way they just stuff in there in the background, and then you're just supposed to ignore that. It's not a big deal. They're just lesbians in the background, guys. It's not a big deal. You get full-blown gay Green Lantern and gay Robin. Every character in the DC universe is gay. And if you start to like get into it and you get into the psychology of this, where the abuse stems from, also the psychology of the writers, who are now just a bunch of, I'd say, batshit insane people. Just batshit, unintended. Well, I think you get minor attracted Batman next, and that's what's coming. All right, let's go into why this makes sense, why it's a nightmare for DC Comics right now. All right, my name is John Delarose. I am a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator. My goal here is to fight back against corporate culture that is putting this nonsense in everything, trying to, of course, groom the youth into these deviant lifestyles. I'll call it what it is. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of YouTubers going, well, you know, at least they could do it with original characters and things like that. No, I'm here to fight against the global homo agenda. That's what I'm here to do. This is a real culture war. We're not messing around here. Somebody needs to do it. We can't take half measures while they're fighting at full force. And so we're doing so and creating our own content to replace corporate schlock. That's exactly what we're doing. So this is Overmind. It is my book. It's a wonderful book, and it is on a pre-order right now. You can get that link in the description below. You know, support the channel and what we're doing. I appreciate you guys who've done so already. We've had the biggest campaign in history. You know, everybody's been trying to cancel us because we're telling the truth here. All right. So a little bit over a month ago, the media was glowing. You see Mary Sue here. We're here for bisexual Batman. Yes, and you look at this ugly drawn panel by Talentless Hacks, written by Talentless Hack Chip Zdarsky, who now is implying that Bruce Wayne is sort of like gay relationship here. And so it was just implied. DC has been kind of sprinkling that in a little bit, trying to put that around. And of course, you know, we've always been making jokes for years that, like, you know, Batman and Robin is a weird thing. It's kind of a creepy situation. And as you add bisexuality into it, as you add the attraction to men into it, you know, it doesn't make that situation better. If Bruce was a normal heterosexual guy, you know, he might be training some young dude and helping out and really fighting crime. That's not what it's about anymore. Now you start to look into these psychological situations, especially since they've already confirmed that Robin is now bisexual. Of course, yes. Here it is, and here's NBC glowing about it. Batman sidekick Robin comes out as bisexual unless comic fans know they are seen. Yeah, well, comic fans don't want this. DC Comics sales are in the toilet, and all of the talent at DC, like Scott Snyder and other people, have left for Substack, making their own books because they see the writings on the wall. DC at this point is about to collapse entirely. We've seen indications that DC might not even be publishing comics in the near future. They might be licensing this stuff out. There's an intentional collapse going on from within the industry and without the industry. And it is pushing all this stuff into degeneracy and into evil. And look, this is the thing that happens with these lifestyles. And if you want to look at this from a storytelling perspective and you want to look at it from reality, of course, if you've got a gay guy, Bruce Wayne, and he's become gay because he's had trauma in his life. And by the way, that's what causes these sorts of things. They used to do studies on this all the time. And here's a study from 2012 that you're not allowed to reference anymore, that talks about there is positive association between physical and sexual abuse, neglect, and witnessing violence in childhood and same sexuality in adulthood. You're not allowed to talk about that because it's supposed to just be a thing that anybody can choose and natural, blah, 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 blah. But it all stems from abuse at the end of the day. It really does. If you go back to further studies that, again, they don't allow anymore, it shows that 70% or more of people with confirmed homosexuality were abused as children. And so when you start to think about this, and you got Batman raising these little kids and sticking them into tights and things like that, it looks like it's an abusive situation, doesn't it? And that's why we're getting the title of today's video, because it looks like we have a minor attracted Batman at this point, if this is what's going on. It's sick. And that is the logical conclusion that you have to reach once you get this sort of programming into DC Comics. And, I mean, as they push further, they're going to push that next on the kids. You know that they're trying to push into this degeneracy, into this pedo stuff. This is exactly what it's all about. They've said that they're going to convert your children at this point, and then the next step is they're going to show the positive pedos in society. There's a whole organization called NAMBLA out there, if you guys don't know about it. It's been around for a long time, and they're trying to normalize this kind of thing. And the creeps are getting into Hollywood. They've gotten into DC Comics. They've gotten into Marvel Comics. And this is what they're going to be pushing. And it's sick. All right. I'm reporting on it because nobody else is going to say it. Nobody else is going to speak the truth on this. They'll talk about it. They'll say, oh, bisexual Batman's a thing now. But you know what? The real bigger agenda is here. And we have to fight it, guys. We have to fight back. And you can't allow your kids around this kind of content anymore. It's really sick. All right. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button, my friends. And of course, don't forget to pre-order Overmind. Support the alternatives to this kind of culture today. Thanks.
Madness. Absolute madness. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this one right here. Shane Davis. Catfish.
Hello, guys. I am
She-Hulk.
Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran with Yanzi Lynn, and today is the day we are talking about She-Hulk. Marvel, as they are catfishing. I can't make this up. Believe it or not, hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and let me help you not fall into this dating trap. Now, this is She-Hulk on Tinder. I'm not making this up. Disney, a child-friendly entertainment company, has decided to market a Marvel character through a dating app, which would be Tinder.
Let's not be so charitable. It's not a dating app. It's a goddamn hookup app. Yeah.
I mean, they're nice girls
Yanzi
on
be
there,
telling
I'm sure, that
telling
are
it like
looking
it
for a
is.
committed relationship.
Right,
Maybe that is She-Hulk.
Right.
But anyways, her ovaries be a burning. So wrap it up, guys. She-Hulk, she's there. Now, this isn't the first time, right? You said Deadpool had been on a dating app before, right?
Yeah, they tried it, but see, Deadpool's kind of like this very R-rated already character. It kind of makes sense, especially the way he's like breaking a fourth wall and stuff.
And probably when they did it, that was Fox that was doing that with Deadpool, not Disney. So here's the thing. It being Disney, there's certain things you come to expect from this company. If it's anything Marvel, it's Disney. If it's anything Star Wars, it's Disney. And so on and so forth. Plus Simpsons, everything, all that's Disney. Aliens now, Disney, believe it or not. So what does she say? I knew we'd match. There's plenty to love in She-Hulk. That's kind of a body shaming thing. Turning at law, lawyers, Hulk's cameos, dating, happy hour, yoga, magic, fashion. the list goes on.
No, hang on. I'm reading this, and most of these things are more like I would call women things, not really men things. What men really be into? Okay, I'm probably running on stereotypes, but what men be into? Cameos, yogas, magic, fashion. Like,
Nope.
A man's into anything it
Some-
takes to get laid. If I had to be
Oh.
honest, if if a girl goes, "Hey, are you into magic?" It's like, sure.
Oh, and to get laid.
Help me make a sausage disappear. You see where it goes? That's just the thinking of a man. All right. So, anyways,
Okay, so let's talk more about this whole She-Hulk controversy. So not only are they using Tinder, by the way, a hookup app to advertise this show, which is on a very family-friendly network, you'll consider that.
right.
But there's been a lot of controversy about the CGI quality of it. So how did the creators of She-Hulk address the controversy? Well, listen to how they addressed it. I believe in terms of the CGI being critiqued, I do believe that has to do with our culture's belief in their ownership of women's bodies. I think a lot of the critique comes from the feeling that they're able to terrify the CGI of women. There's a lot of talk about her body type. We base a lot on Olympian athletes, not bodybuilders. I think if we've gone the other way, we'll be facing the same critique. I think it's very hard to win when you make women's bodies. Now, hold up there. I think 90% of the critique I've seen about She-Hulk itself is about her face and her hair, about how they just look so cheap and obviously CGI. That people are saying Shrek looks better. Hello, Shrek.
Yeah. I mean, that's got nothing to do with the Olympics. This is the thing, like this body thing in women. You'll notice it's a lot happening when you go to Target and you look at all the mannequins. It's like, wow, things are different, right? There's a lot of things changing in the body climate as far as women go, and it's really easy to pull down that branch, low hanging fruit, and use that to deflect shitty CGI and budget, because a lot of artists are actually complaining that Marvel's the worst to work for when it comes to visual effects artists. They're like, they want last minute changes, the pay's not so great,
They move up the deadlines without telling them, like, hello, you're talking about a hundreds of millions of dollars on one movie, and they're like, oh, by the way, VFX guys, the release date moved to 1 month. Like, what? Hello? You just cut the amount of time to work, like 1 month, expect the best result. Unless you're somehow, tracking the work and say, hey, you work an extra 10 hours a week or 20 hours a week or something.
Right. And I've noticed a lot of the effects in some of the Marvel stuff as kind of, especially when they do the CGI figures bouncing around and fighting, they seem like they have no weight. It doesn't seem like their punches have impact. It actually kind of, it seems flat. Like I've actually noticed myself, just like Falcon Winter Soldier, like some of the visual effects, not so great, not like, the Winter Soldier movies. So I don't know if it's really the visual effects artist or if it's the director, but going through this, it actually seems like these guys just have less money and time. And you have to understand, and this is me coming from working in comics, when I'm given a deadline, time is a big resource, okay? Because time is money and money is time. So you can make the most out of any comic page given more time. Any drawing, more time, it's probably going to make a better drawing. To a point, it can be a factor. Give somebody less time, it can be a worse drawing. So being a visual effects artist and getting last minute changes, again, if there's edits and changes or additions, that's actually subtracting from the allocated time for the project to begin with. So it's really weird that Marvel would run like this, but it actually makes sense because it's just pumping stuff out constantly. And there's other things to the She-Hulk show, which is not on my radar, I'll be honest. I really don't want to watch this. We really haven't covered this before. But it is on my radar for one thing, because Daredevil.
What is happening now? Now that there's all this talk about how She-Hulk is messed up. And of course, Marvel Phase 4, 5, 6 have been announced, and people are just, you know what's the first reaction? The VFX artists were crying. They were like, oh my god, the horrible planet is making us really cool.
Man, I crushed that carrot juice, did I?
What does Marvel do now? We're gonna make Daredevil, we're gonna make him lighter compared to the Netflix show. See, I think there's this problem with the Marvel Cinematic Universe that kind of happened around the time of the Guardians of the Galaxy and maybe, the Ant-Man thing. When they started going with this whole a joke a minute thing that they think is the winning formula.
They're going to break Daredevil when it comes out.
It doesn't work for every franchise in the Marvel Universe.
It's going to be more for...
I'm not sure that we work with Daredevil.
The Marvel... Was it Daredevil Reborn? Yeah. That's going to be... That's probably going to be more about Elektra. than Daredevil.
What's he gonna do? Match with She-Hulk attorney at law?
Well, they've already played around with Kingpin and Hawkeye. The issue is really they're trying to, and I don't like how they're doing this because it's very disingenuous. They're trying to separate themselves as much from the Netflix version, even though they're using the costume and the same actors and stuff, that they're trying to make a type of distinction from that. Now, that's a whole thing on its own. Marvel walking away from Netflix. I'm glad to see more Daredevil. I just wish I didn't have to watch this horrible She-Hulk show to see it. Now, on the Daredevil thing altogether, here's my take, and this is me being a comic book fan. Daredevil was not a popular character at the beginning. He was actually looking at cancellation numbers until Frank Miller took over. And Frank Miller's first things he was doing with Daredevil was taking a goofy Spider-Man bad guy called Kingpin, and through 3 panels trying to illustrate him being a dark character and giving him a dark attitude than a goofy mobster. And again, with Daredevil, he brought a dark edge to Daredevil, sure. And it needed it because basically Daredevil was a knockoff Spider-Man at the time. They served the same type of comic adventure. If a character's popping around through New York City, swinging around and doing acrobatics and busting bank robbers and leaving with funny punchlines, they kind of are doing the same thing. It's funny to me that they're saying this when comic history shows that Daredevil needed to be something different than Spider-Man to exist. It's weird. I don't think these guys understand the source material they're playing with and why things are like they are. Daredevil and Spider-Man very much kind of can overlap real easy, and not even overlap, pretty much have the same story in a weird way, fight even the same bad guys like Kingpin or the Rhino or something, or the Owl. I mean, these goofy villains that Marvel has, Stiltman, like these guys can literally have fights with the same bad guys on the same superhero level. So I don't know. I think this is a really bad move. I think it's really bad to, put him in She-Hulk, period. I think it's a waste. I actually think this show is going to be hot garbage. I saw a clip of her talking to Bruce Banner about the fact that maybe Captain America's a virgin. And this is how they're selling it. It's like, I know they're chasing an aging demographic and everything, but it's like, I don't know. This is going to probably be a garbage show. But anyways, guys, if you will, look down below, hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Let us know what you think about this news below, and we will catch you guys again with another video.
So let me see if I got this right. Wait. Daredevil, Charlie Cox is going to be in She-Hulk. So you got Abomination in there. You got Banner and Bruce in there. Now you're going to have Daredevil? See, that's bait. That's like the worst kind of bait because they know this thing is not going to sell on its own. It's not going to, if you have just She-Hulk and it's only about She-Hulk, ain't nobody watching that. You look at how bad the Hawkeye series was because who'd you have? Hawkeye, but it was about Kate Bishop. And they had the show, the glorious, Marvel, the first Avengers movie fight scene, how Kate Bishop was involved in it and all that kind of nonsense. And then you added, who else? Romanoff's sister. You added in, what's her name? Quiet? Or I forgot her name. The Hispanic chick that was running the tracksuit mafia. I forgot her name. But you had her, story about her, and then you added Kingpin. It's like, I mean, what is this? What kind of jumbled mess is this? Where you just, hey, let's just throw in a bunch of characters and people will like it. It'll be okay. It's absolute chaotic mess. The one era I still state to this day, as much as people love Spider-Man No Way Home, is that they were trying to make the Sinister Six. They failed. They failed. Mysterio was already dead at the beginning of that movie. Just because you show a cameo, hey, we showed it. Now we got to introduce the other 5, and there's your Sinister Six. No, that's a cheap cop out. That does not count. I don't count it at all. That's for sure. So, it's just a sad shame to see how much worse Marvel's formula is starting to become, because it's just like they're not even halfway trying. They just give people, one little gimmick piece or whatever to go after, be like, hey, yeah, we got what you asked for, here you go. And it's like you asked for, hypothetically speaking, you asked for a San Antonio burger and you get a Royale with cheese. That's a disappointment. If you know what a San Antonio burger is, it is nothing like a Big Mac or a Royale with cheese. It is an authentic burger with sunny side up, freshly cooked egg on top of it. You got bacon, lettuce, tomato, onion, a little bit of barbecue sauce, and it is ready to go. Beef patty cooked the way you want it. But you get a Royale with cheese, huh? And that's where you end up becoming this disgruntled customer in the form of Michael Douglas and falling down. One of his greatest performances. Those kind of frustrations do happen. Because you're handed, you order one thing, you get some squash little thing, and it's like, what is this? Come on. I didn't ask for this. What the hell is going on? So, I really don't know. I may wait and see what episode the whole Daredevil showing up may be in. But I am so far removed from Marvel TV shows. I've seen every episode of Moon Knight. I mean, what was there to say about it? I was never really a Moon Knight fan. And it was just nonsense. And even that ended up being more about, the other girl who kept saving Moon Knight. Because he was such a punk, the other guy that wasn't Mark Spector. And hiding half the fights, that really sucked. I don't like that. When they did that, started doing that in Black Widow, they cut off the fight between Taskmistress and the Red Guardian. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Cutting out quality like that. I mean, well, maybe the fight was going to suck, so I don't know. What's worse? Answer me this. Riddle me this. What's worse in a movie? Cutting out the fight scene or seeing an entire fight scene that sucks? Which one is worse? Please tell me. Inquiring minds want to know. Because on one end, you want to see it. And on the other end, it's like, I wish I didn't see that. I really wish I didn't. So, that's just a bit of a mess. We got chopping on to 3 p.m. here on this lovely Monday. In the middle of August. And as I mentioned, we are here, draw chatting and chilling. I've been wondering about this question with the latest season of Stranger Things, season 4. Out of all the variations of creatures that we've gotten that have resembled anything similar to the 80s, the one in season 4, basically this guy was like Freddy Krueger. Trying to figure out what the previous ones were kind of like, you know, what would they, was there an equivalent to the character of each, the creature or enemy of each season of Stranger Things back in the 80s? Because that was their reference material, right? But then again, the number 1 of season 4 was like, it was like Freddy Krueger and Anakin Skywalker all wrapped into one, huh? Very interesting. So yeah, I get it. Sometimes we don't want to know when our favorite character has been desecrated or violated. Yeah, I know for Batman, for many, you know, Batman's that iconic character, and it's hard to admit when your favorite character has been done wrong. For some people, so they rather hide and run, you know, than, you know, face the music. And for others, they'd rather just keep consuming without having even any thought of what it is they're consuming. Alright, I think I'll send some more stuff with her later. Her costume's kind of challenging for me to draw. I gotta get it right sooner or later, right? Now it's not the time to drag my feet. Alright, let's get a hold of this guy. Where should the light go? Let the light go right here. I love my light bulbs. Alright, so we're gonna have the light over here. I'm under render. Since he is metal, I gotta give him that secondary light. All right, making sure I'm not missing any convo here. Taking a quick break. So let's see. I'm supposed to find. Here's what I need to do right quick. Weird. Yeah, that was kind of weird for a minute. They were talking about the death of Anna Hick, and apparently they showed a picture of Ellen DeGeneres right next to her. I thought it was interesting. Trying to put together something. I think that our favorite people that enjoy Tom Cruise, what his campaign looked like back in 2020, which was pretty awesome. All right. Okay. Where is find. This is, oh yeah, Ladies Made Consumer. Golly, 5 hours. Whew. Yeah, I might have to have this off in my downtime. But yeah, let's check out these guys right quick. But before we do, quick public service announcement from the man himself, Tom Cruise.
There's a lot of talk about the race in 2020. Sure, there's a lot of candidates in the running. But can any of them actually run? I mean, really run? I'm the last American movie star. No one runs like I do. And nobody opens a box office like me. And with your help in 2020, together, we'll dominate the ballot box. This is no stunt. But if it were, I do all those for real. Why vote for me? I'm not just your everyman. I've literally been every man. I've been a Navy pilot, a lawyer, and a Navy lawyer. My opponents will say I was a pimp in high school. It's true. But I grew up fast in NASCAR country and started a small business as a sports agent to set a better example. I know foreign diplomacy because I fought alongside the samurai. And I'm proud to serve our country, defending our planet against aliens twice. No, 3 times. I know this country top to bottom, inside out. From here to here. Because I've lived its history. Literally, I did. Vampire. I feel the need to lead. As your commander-in-chief, no mission is impossible. So help me help you to elect me in 2020. I'm just a patriot. My birthday? The 4th of July. I'm Tom Cruise and I'm running for President of the United States. America, you complete me. Show me 2020!
Oh man, that was so classic. Freaking Tom Cruise running for president. Well, obviously a lookalike, but imagine if he did. Imagine if we would have had Tom Cruise, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden up on the debate stage. Have no idea, what party affiliation he would have had. But man, that would have been a landslide of a victory and an uncertain future for America. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. Classic. All right, let's see what's going on with these guys. 80s Made Consumer. They were kind enough to stop by. They were kind enough to stop by when I was doing the stream on Saturday night. Well, at least one guy shared it with me. So I'm going to go ahead and check it out. I know, right? Alpha Proto, so much running. That's Tom Cruise for you. He rocks it right on out, and a hell of a record as far as movies, of course. And people might not have asked him as much about Scientology as they used to ask Bush and John Kerry about Skull and Bones, Yale University, secret society. So in this day and age, it probably would have gone smoother for him. So this is a continuation of that 5-hour stream then. Jeez. I'm gonna start watching these guys' content and see what the heck they got going on. But yeah, that was a hell of a campaign video. I'm sure he would have gotten all the allegation stuff if he would have ran. Let's see.
Let's see. We have Odin and we have were you guys still on the other stream when I left? Yeah, we were just hanging out, but then I said, "Oh, he'll have a new one up." And I saw that it was on YouTube, and I told everybody. Oh, okay. All right, you're nice, friend. All right, thanks for coming in, bud. Yeah, it's like so. I was just telling Jan that was the thing. So we were at 5:59, and what happens at 6 hours is you're not allowed to edit anything from YouTube. So like the 5:59 mark, I had to edit or whatever. I'm fairly certain we played some copyright shit. Anytime James says, "Hey, let me show you this," like it happens every time. Yeah. You caught it just in time. Well, no, I thought you were fucking with DP. I thought you were like, "Hey, thanks for coming on. Good night."
I need to find out how to put comments up during the stream. I don't know how to do that. Well, I guess now's not the time, right? Let's see. I'll figure it out some other time.
No, that would actually would have been fucking hilarious, but no, I literally saw the 5:59, and I was just like, if I don't fucking end right now, we're not gonna be able to save this stream. The last
Let's see.
one, so what I found out is, so what I did was there's private and unlisted.
Ah, there we go. Now we're rocking. Okay. Okay. Too easy. Too easy. I'm not that old yet where I can't figure out technology. Good, good.
Yeah, we had 240 views as it ended, or in that range, like definitely in that range. Like that was definitely huge views for it. That was like pretty good. Yeah, and so I was like, had a lot of chance, a lot of engagement, people were having a good time, and that was that. And then I can't it out, so now nobody can watch it on the back end, but I unlisted it instead of private it. So now if I send you a link, you can now watch it. So it's around. Why don't you just share the link on Twitter? Oh, I could, but yeah, I mean, it would probably get the same people that come and watch us live, so they would be the ones that are there. Yeah, but it was a good one. That was the one that got had broads on it. Yeah, which I think got a little more estrogen on that shit. A huge boost to the show, and it wasn't like boring estrogen. No, it wasn't. Hardy came in and said, like other than that, like it was, like sometimes the broads come on, they want to fucking make it their home. Yeah, no, it was funny.
Sometimes the broads want to come on.
They started nesting, and then we started giving them shit. They're like, and we're out, we're going to the bathroom together. Yeah, that was kind of, yeah, I was like, yeah, it's kind of like just the amount you need. You're like, yeah, oh yeah, women, it feels good. at the same time, like, you can see it, like, because, you guys can't see it. I don't know if you can, but like next to the live counter, you can see how many people are watching this right now. And like, okay, well, I don't know. Then like, so like when they're on, it's obviously like it starts gaining a lot more. Like, it always is that. When they leave, like, a good amount of people leave, so then we have our
Well, I guess I caught these guys at the bad time on the tail end. So let's go back to switch to I'm gonna catch the rest of this EBS one and probably wrap up the stream for the day, I think, because I'm getting some messages and I got some stuff I gotta respond to. Oh no. I guess I can't watch it. Alright, well shoot. That's that then. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do about 10 minutes left on this stream and call it a day. I think that's more than enough time on the books for everyone's viewing pleasure, as I'm slowly trying to reach make my channel grow, basically. But yeah, that Dark Reign and Norman Osborn, that was awesome. Thanks, Alpha Proto. Yeah, this has been a good stream. Correct. Thanks to you, sir, and everyone that managed to stop on by today. I'm humbly thankful for the visitation that I've received. And we try to cover a little bit of everything. There's so much to cover, but picking the right subject for the right thumbnail and all that stuff, it's a process of work, and trying to make it entertaining along the way, because I know I'm a bit of an introvert. I have extroverted skills, but sometimes they burn out, and I need a recharge. But being able to provide commentary after some pretty cool things have been mentioned in the area of comics. It's a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing. I'm trying to be like Rita Repulsa's wand, Help my YouTube channel grow. And I'm gonna watch that Sandman review that was mentioned by Comicsgate earlier. I think some part of the stream, the mic was muted, so I was probably just chatting. It turned into a temporary draw, mute, and chill. So let me see. Morning nonsense. After watching all of Sandman. I'm gonna check that out later. But yeah, in this process, after I get clean line work done, I get all that stuff completed with character design. I'm trying to develop a pattern for smooth production. I get the clean line work done, then I add, the line weights, and then the rendering lines in which the shading will be placed within. And then from there, I add the shading. Now, I don't think I'm going to do this for every single drawing that I do, but it helps develop the skill of rendering with values, pencil values. Tommy Lee Jones is Norman Osborn. He even had the waves in the hair too, man. That was legendary. I will never forget that. If I wasn't just trying to market my my page, I would make that my profile pic. That's too legendary. I'm such a big Tommy Lee Jones fan. Unbelievable. Mind blown. EVS, I think he took down that stream, or it might be for members only, because I was watching it yesterday and I wanted to continue it today, but I guess not. It's one of those things. Would be part of that membership, but I'm already part of so many. Don't want to blow the budget. Tommy Lee Jones with waves. Like, come on, man. That's legendary. Man, just imagine like Men in Black comic book with Tommy Lee Jones' face on there like that. That's some kind of amazing. I'll be bugging out off of that. All right, General Piggy. See you later. You take care, sir. Thanks for stopping by. Salute. Thanks for spreading the word. Until next time, my friend. So shout out to everybody that stopped on by today. I'm going to go ahead and get started with more of this once I get offline. Definitely got to eat something too. And yeah, that's going to be the stream for today. I thought I was like, yeah, I'm going to stream for like 4 or 5 hours. But I want to make sure I draw for that amount of time and really put in a lot of work into today. Some stuff I can't show on stream, so I'll work on that stuff behind the scenes And the stuff that I can show and stream, there you go. I will display that and, do some commentary throughout all of that fun that we enjoy. So, again, thanks for stopping by. If you haven't already, drop a like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm also on Twitch under the same RW Arstellations. I'm also on Rumble for RW Arstellations also. These are my backups in case YouTube finally says, how dare you try to grow your channel? You will stay in your low place. I would love, I definitely want to do like a celebration for having like 50 subscribers and then 100 subscribers. So y'all tell me what would be a good idea to do for those streams if they're coming up. Because I think I'm at like 47 followers so far, which I'm very thankful for. Very thankful for. And I'm going to keep bringing it. This is the work. And then once I do get full-on comic ready to go and launch it, that's going to be like one of the happiest days of my life with all of you guys that have taken the time out to support me and enjoyed this journey and follow this journey along. The destination is great, but the journey must be enjoyed. Y'all remember to keep it omni. God bless America, because we really, really need it. And hopefully people will do their job correctly like they're supposed to. And we can go back and enjoy fiction and escapism in the form of comics. I can go back to drawing and creating them, and, we can discuss them together and have that kind of joy and fun in life. Alrighty. Until next time. Now take care.
about the race in 2020. Sure, there's a lot of candidates in the running, but can any of them actually run? I mean, really run? I'm the last American movie star. No one runs like I do. And nobody opens a box office like me. And with your help in 2020, together, we'll dominate the ballot box. This is no stunt. But if it were, I do all those for real. Why vote for me? I'm not just your everyman. I've literally been every man. I've been a Navy pilot, a lawyer, and a Navy lawyer. My opponents will say I was a pimp in high school. It's true. But I grew up fast in NASCAR country and started a small business as a sports agent to set a better example. I know foreign diplomacy because I fought alongside the samurai. And I'm proud to serve our country, defending our planet against aliens twice! No, 3 times. I know this country top to bottom, inside out. From here to here. Because I've lived its history. Literally, I did. Vampire. I feel the need to lead. As your commander-in-chief, no mission is impossible. So help me help you to elect me in 2020. I'm just a patriot. My birthday? The 4th of July. I'm Tom Cruise and I'm running for President of the United States. America, you complete me. Show me 2020!
Cut the music! You see, when Big Papa Pump comes to town, all my